Hello and welcome back to another episode of Math with Dr. War. Today we're going to look at polynomial functions, and I decided to do this video after receiving a question based on this same topic. So here I am. So the question we have here, they're asking which sketch represents the polynomial function. So they gave us 4 sketches. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the zeros. And the zeros are basically where your graph intersects the x-axis. So my zeros would be, I'm going to change my pen color here, which is -6. Also here, now if you notice, this is between -4 and -2. So that has to be -3. And here. And this is at the center, so this is 0. So where your graph cuts the x-axis is your zeros. And the way my students figure out the equation is they flip the signs. So if I'm going to write the equation for these zeros here, which is -6, -3, and 0, my equation would be x. Now you can't write -6, so if you flip it, that would be a +6. Then you have your x again. So here, you're not going to write -3. You're going to flip that. It's going to be +3. And then here, this is 0. Now you can't really flip 0 because 0 is 0. So this will just be x. So if you have just a 0, you're just going to write x. So notice your answer, look at it. You have x plus 6 right here, x plus 3 right here, and then the 0 is just the x here. So your answer is number 1. Let's try this again, just for an example. So suppose I wanted to write the equation for answer number 2. Again, you're going to find your zeros. Okay, 1 is here, that's at 0. Here's another one here, between 2 and 4, so that's 3. And then here's another 0, which is at 6. So if we actually write this equation, the 0 represents your x. You're going to have your x, but again, you're going to flip this. That would be -3. And then you'll flip this, and that will be x minus 6. So let's try this question here. A cubic function is graphed on the set of axes below. Here it is. Now, when they say cubic, it means that it's going to be like an x to the third, which means you want to have 3 parentheses. You can see from all your answer choices, 3 parentheses. And they want to know which function could represent this graph. So again, we're going to find our zeros. 1 is here, 1 is here, and 1 is here. Remember, it's where your graph cuts the x-axis. All right, now notice this one does not have any numbers. So over here, this will be 1. So that would be a +1. If we go this way, that's going negative. So that's just only 1 unit. So this is -1. And then here, -2, -3. This would be -3. So when we have to write our equation, you're going to have an x. Now remember, can't write -3. You got to flip that, +3. So when you pair with the x, you have to flip this or put the opposite. That's a -1. So I'm going to write x plus 1. And then this is a +1. So I'm going to write x minus 1. So my answer I'm looking for x plus 3. No, oh, this has a +3, this has a +1, and then this has a -1. So our answer is number 2. I hope this was helpful with, again, identifying zeros and forming the equation. Good luck on your task examination.